Hey guys, welcome back to the UBL for round 3. This is the day number 3 of the third UBL of the format, and today I've got a special guest with me. So today I'm Bryan, and with me I have...
You have Ash here. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Ash. Welcome to the recording table. So do you want to do just a quick introduction of yourself? Maybe how long have you been playing the game for?
I've been playing the game for just about 1 year plus. I don't have much experience, but I have a very experienced player living right next to me at home.
That's true. This is Cash's brother. So he's been playing with us now for, it feels like almost a year now. Hey.
About a year right now, yeah.
Awesome. All right, so let's get straight into the match. So today we have Ray versus Hannah. Ray on his signature Regidrago, and Hannah, exploring Gardevoir. So you as a Gardevoir player, what do you think of this matchup?
Obviously, it's a very dangerous matchup because if Ray's Regidrago can get the Triforce up, you might lose 3 Pokemon in one turn, and that could be very dangerous.
That's true, but Triforce also has a really, really huge, I think, downside, right? So for him to use Triforce, he has to discard all his energies.
So
it really depends on how well Ray can manage his resources. But, as mentioned before, Ray has been playing this deck for quite a while, so we are fully expecting an experienced Regidrago player here.
Of course, and the problem with Gardevoir is while it might be a very good deck, if you cannot get it set up very early, opponent can take it out very, very fast.
That's true. Gardevoir, even though it's supposed to be super consistent with its refinement Corellias, can break at times, and it's just really unfortunate to see when Gardevoirs aren't able to run.
Exactly.
But, on the other side of things, Drago as well has a huge chance of breaking, Right. Having experienced it at Worlds, the break is just feels so bad. But you know what? We will see whether these two players can actually navigate through the decks properly.
Hopefully, we have a break-free game right now, and both players can go and, both players go all out. We don't know who might actually win, but...
And there we go, we start, and what a terrible start for Ray. He sees the Klefki with this mischievous lock on Hannah's side of the field, and he goes, no, what am I going to do? Benches an Ogerpon, benches a Mew. But quickly, refresh me, what does Klefki do?
So, Klefki's Mischievous Lock prevents all basic Pokemons, whether it's on your side or the opponent's side, from using abilities. And of course, as a Regidrago player, you want your Ogerpon's Teal Dance to get energies on the board, but without energies on the board, how are you going to accelerate Regidrago?
Yeah, and the thing is that you also, not only are you accelerating energies on the board with Teal Dance, but you're also able to draw. Right? So the thing is that Teal Dance allows you to attach a grass energy from your hand to the Teal Mouse Ogerpon. But with Klefki there, it's kind of rough. It looks as a misplay.
He had a first...
Canceling Cologne.
He had a Canceling Cologne on the first turn, so he knew what he was going to.
Yeah, he immediately found the Squawk ability, right? He knew that this is his one turn, his one window to use the Canceling Cologne, to use all his abilities before he gets put under the lock once again. So really, really lucky that he has Canceling Cologne right from the get-go.
And especially for Regidrago, you want to get the Squawk ability on the first turn, to cycle through your deck really, really fast. And if your opponent has a Klefki, you cannot do that. So with the very timely Canceling Cologne in the first hand, looks like he's already getting energies on the board. He has decided to throw Dragapult EX with an Ultra Ball, obviously looking to get a Regidrago V-Star, hopefully.
What seemed to be a horrible start it's just going gas at this point. He's gotten everything he needs. He's got his Dragapult in his discard pile as well, so he's good to go if he manages to set up a Pokemon for the next turn. He is in such a commanding spot right now. What seemed to be horrible is now extremely, extremely good.
Exactly, because one Canceling Cologne can change the entire game right here, because without that, you cannot move with Klefki in front. But, with the timely first hand Canceling Cologne, he has everything. He has Regidrago V-Star in hand. He has energy on board. It looks like he has an energy switch already moving the energy from Ogerpon EX to Regidrago V. So obviously, Hannah right here, putting out routes, Monkey Dory. Iono looking, to change her... her luck with the hand, because shuffling the Iono back to the bottom of the deck with Regidrago V-Star, Ray has to go dig the deck again to look for another Regidrago V-Star.
Yeah, Iono is a great disruption tool. It's also a good hand refresh tool, as you mentioned. It seems like there's also a TM evolution on Hannah's hand, so she does use that. Benches the Scream Tail down, which seems a little bit weird, and it's just really unfortunate because there's only one route in the field. So TM evolution can only target up to 2 basic Pokemon, but if he only has 1, that limits the. If she only has one, then it limits her options, right?
That's right, because if you have only one Kirlia, it's good, but the problem is only one Kirlia basically means your opponent you could use boss orders to bring out the Kirlia in front, take it out easily, destroying any source of hand draws for your deck. So obviously, now going back to Ray's turn, he's using the E-switch to move the Grass Energy to Red Dragon V-Star. Looks like he has, I believe he used research to thin his hand down. He has energy on board, and he has Earthen Vessel already.
Man has getting everything. He's literally drawing all the things he needs right now. And it's just, look, if Ray manages to do either like a gust on the Kirlia, or if he just goes for the Trifrost here, I'm not sure how Hannah's going to come back. He does go for the Trifrost.
Trifrost, 3 energy goes out, clears the entire bench. He clears the 2 bench Pokemon and Klefki with only Screen Tail left, but Hannah has a very timely Arven, taking out the Buddy Puffin and Evolution, so she still has some chance to come back, you know?
Dude, this is as good as sealed. I mean, look, Ray still hasn't used his Legacy V-Star.
That's right.
His Legacy Star, right? So the thing is, if he just Legacy Stars with 2 E-switches, he has 2 Ogre-Pawns on the field. He has a Fire Energy they can pick up from either a Superior Energy Retrieval, or he just use another Earthen Vessel, right? And it's doom.
Looks like Hannah played the Bravery Charm on the routes that evolved into Kirlia, so that could have been a misplay.
Nah, look, I think she's just desperate to try to get something done,
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
This game is so close to just being unplayable for Hannah, right? The fact that probably, I'm guessing the Manaphy is prized. If not,
right.
Manaphy would have come down with the Buddy Puffin, right, just now. So I'm guessing the Manaphy is prized, and it's just... It's sad to see. This is what we were talking about earlier, right? Where if a Gardevoir breaks, it's just
That's right.
abysmal.
And now he plays a Jamming Tower to even block any chance of the Bravery Charm even working.
I mean, Bravery Charm was useless on the earlier from the get-go, but if I don't know, Hannah had like a Bravery Charm on like a Jifloon or something, maybe. But yeah, at this point, Hannah just screwed because this is just impossible for him to play.
E-switch, once again, clears the board again. Full sweep of the Trifrost by Ray and the Regidrago V-Star.
This is the power of the Drago V-Star, but also just showcasing why Gardevoir cannot come back from a break. Oh, it's really hard for Gardevoir to come back from a break. All right, well, that's the first round, so we will catch you in a bit. Take care. Hey guys, welcome back to round number 2 of the Rowell UBL. So here we have our very own Nicholas playing against Andre. Nicholas is playing Terapagos, which is his quote-unquote signature pick for this season. And we have Andre on the Charizard. Ash, what do you think of this matchup?
What do I think of this matchup? So Terapagos, Charizard, the thing is, Terapagos does not have the damage output to knock out Charizard with one go, but obviously we know the Terapagos package now works with the Dust Noir, with the Curse Blast, so it gives ekes out just enough damage to knock out Charizard. So I feel like, obviously, if Nicholas can get the Fan Rotom and everything out on the first turn, things will work his way.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Terapagos is kind of like a setup deck. Yes, he can imply a lot of pressure early on by using the Unified Beatdown attack in combination with a good Area Zero under depths.
That's right.
You're able to kind of flood your bench out with the 8 basic Pokemon, with the Fan Calls, you know, with the Nest Balls, with the Buddy Puffins, with the Hoot Hoots. I could go on and on and on about what you want to put on bench for Terapagos. But the other thing as well that Terapagos plays is the Buffalons.
Yes.
So a Curly Wall. So if you put 2 Buffalons on your bench, all your basic colorless Pokemon, normal type Pokemon, take 60 less damage.
That's right, and that makes Terapagos HP goes up to all the way to 290, which, you know, it's not going to be very easy for a Charizard to knock it out in one go.
And the thing is, you know, if Charizard has to attack twice, you know, that's minus 120 damage, right? It's not it's an effective HP. It's not its base HP. So effective HP basically blocks every time he takes a hit, or Charizard takes a hit.
That's right.
So if both players are 6 prizes, Charizard is dealing 120 each hit. That's 3 times you have to go through. Oh, sorry, 2 times still.
2 times. Two times.
But still, that's crazy.
But on the other hand, because Terapagos plays Eraser under depths, and Charizard EX is also a Terra Pokemon, this also gives Andre, more extra bench space if he has to Charizard up really early.
That's true. It also allows a little bit of flexibility to get rid of stuff like the Rotom, like the Defensivity.
Right.
So as we see here, Andre starting with the Rotom is a beautiful start for him. For those of you who don't know, Rotom V has been an essential card, I think, in most Stage 2 decks, as it allows those decks to draw. Right, allows those 3 additional cards at the end of the first or second turn to kind of see how they want to maneuver the matchup. And here, Andre has a fabulous start, starting with the Rotom V as well as the Buddy Buddy Poffin.
Obviously, with the Buddy Buddy Poffin, you sets up your Pokemon. Obviously, he wants a Charmander and Pidgey, and having that very timely moment to start a turn gives you 3 more cards. And if you see 3 more cards on the first turn, your next setup is going to be even more amazing.
Exactly, Buddy Buddy Poffin allows you to search your deck for up to 2 78 HP Pokemon or less and put it on your bench. The reason why I'm saying it now is because Nicholas has also got his very own Buddy Buddy Poffin. In this case, he is going to be finding that Duskull as well as the Fan Rotom. And Fan Rotom is going to use Fan Call, which allows you to search your deck for up to 300 HP normal type Pokemon or below and put it in your hand.
That's right.
Note that you don't have to find a basic Pokemon. So if you want to, you can find 2 Noctowls and 1 Hoot.
But right here, we see Nicholas taking 2 Hoots and 1 Pidgey because obviously he wants the Pidgey up so that on his next turn he can get the Pidgeot EX ready.
Yeah, Nicholas just passes here, but he has got a pretty good setup right here. I don't think there's any way for Andre to actually be able to take a knockout onto this Terapagos, which is why Nick is pretty happy to see the Terapagos leave it in the front. Thing is, because the only reason why he can do this is because there's no Duskull on Andre's bench.
Because if he had the Duskull on bench, he could evolve it to Duskull to Dusknoir or the Curse Blast that gives him the right amount of damage to knock out the Terapagos. But alas, without the enough damage output, he cannot get the knockout. So, Terapagos can just live for another day.
Yeah, I mean, there is a world, right, where, Andre could, Thornton out, the Duskull on that Rotom and kind of use a double Red Candy or, even a Dusclops on the hand with a Red Candy Charizard on his hand as well to kind of pull off that kind of combo. But it's asking for too much, right? And you're putting way too many resources.
It's a lot of cost, in one turn. And right now, he needs to set out his board first because obviously he gets the Charizard up, he has the Pidgeot EX up, but that's still not enough to get a knockout for the turn. But with the Infernal Rain giving 3 energy to any Pokemon gives the 1 extra one to get the Rotom out of the way to bring Charizard in front for the Burning Darkness. But alas, like we said earlier, it's still not enough to take out the Terapagos EX.
Yeah, and right here, I think Andre does a really good move, right? So he uses the quick search for Buddy Buddy Poffin, and Buddy Buddy Poffin finds that Duskull and Charmander. So it sets up another Charmander for later, in case this Charizard gets knocked out. And he also has his Curse Blast ability, which should be online from next turn onwards. Right, so right here we see Andre just doing 180 damage to the face of Terapagos, and it's just going to be a Nicholas right now. So Nick has a lot he needs to do, right? But first, Eraser under depths. Right.
And the bench space from up to 5 to 8, obviously, a very vital resource for every Terapagos deck.
Yeah, I think he's looking through his deck. He just sees 1 Buffalo, so I think the second Buffalo may have been prized.
So obviously, in this situation, if he has 1 Buffalo prized, it's not going to be useful because the Curly Wall only works if he has 2 Buffalons.
Yeah, but so I think setting up a second Terapagos here is not a bad idea. It guarantees that Eraser under depths is online at all times.
That's right.
Because just letting you guys know, for Eraser under depths to be effective on your side of the field, you need a Terra Pokemon, aka Terapagos EX.
Terapagos. And obviously, if the one in front, which has 180 HP damage taken away, you need a second one because if that one goes away, your Eraser under depths does not work at all.
Yeah, so right here he's also evolved his Hoot to a Noctowl. Noctowl has an amazing ability, Jewel Seeker. Right, Jewel Seeker allows you to search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards and put it to your hand. Kicker is that you need a Terra Pokemon in play. But guess what? In this deck, it's made to match.
It's a perfect combination, And the thing when he says about any trainer card, it can be items, it can be tools, it can be supporters, it can be stadiums. So whatever you need, Noctowl will bring it for you.
Right here, Nick uses the Professor Turo scenario to pick up the damage Terapagos, so the 180 damage just went bye-bye. And
So much for all that, all that burning darkness.
Yeah, burning what? Thing is gone right now. But Nick is not in a good spot though. I mean, he needs DTE. He needs double turbo energy because I think the deck only plays 4 double turbo energies. So he needs a double turbo energy, and he needs the Dusk Noir as well.
Looks like he managed to find the double turbo energy.
But he doesn't. He's not able to take the knockout this turn. Okay, so I see what Nick is trying to do. Nick is trying to play it slowly, right? So with only 7 Pokemon on his bench, I think Nick is only dishing out for 190. Yeah, 190. Is it 190 even with the... Yeah, it's 190 even with the double turbo energy, right?
You take 20 damage off with the effect of double turbo energy.
Actually, sorry. So Unified Beatdown does 30 damage for each of your benched basic Pokemon. So benched Pokemon.
Right.
So your maximum damage output is 240. Right, 240 with the DT, you're doing 220. 220 minus 30 is... And so 220 minus 20.
It's 200
So you're doing 200 damage. Alright, so you're doing 200 damage onto the Charizard, which puts him down to 130. Which, guess what?
Curse Blast.
Perfect numbers for Curse Blast. And the reason why Nick wants to take this slow, right, is because he doesn't want to kind of stretch out his resources too thin. He wants to conserve his rare candies, and he understands that he doesn't need to take the knockout this turn unless Andre goes for the Dusclops, in which is not a bad play as well, because then it forces Andre to use a Gust option as well as waste, quote unquote, waste a knockout by taking a single pricer, right? So it slows him down significantly.
Because if you took a prize in the earlier turn, it basically gives Charizard a free use of Counter Catcher, basically giving him a chance to use an item and a different Gust, or a different supporter in the turn. Obviously, you want to keep it slow, keep the pace going very nicely. If not, too far, and the Drago's not gonna, Terapagos is not gonna go far.
Yeah, and you see right here, I think Nick had the Prime Catcher as well as the Noctowl in his hand, but he opts to use the Iono for some hand disruption, which is exactly what he needs right here. Look at that! Nick playing the Toad-School?
Do I see a Toad-School in the deck? Okay.
That's right. So Toad-School by itself is useless. But when you evolve it into Toad-School, it prevents your opponent from picking any NG or Pokemon from the discard pile and putting it to your hand, or any cards, I think, from the discard pile and putting it to your hand, which is disgusting, right?
It is very scary, as a player who plays the stuff like, Gholdengo, it's very dangerous a Pokemon player,
Yeah, your Night Stretchers are gone.
Yeah,
Night Stretchers are useless,
Raging
right?
Raging Ball, good luck having fun.
Energy Retrieval?
God, nothing's gonna work.
So this is a very interesting tech coming from Nick. I wonder if he cooked it up himself or saw it online. But here he is definitely, there you go. He needs to find the double turbo energy, which he does. And he should... Oh, he doesn't use the Curse Blast. Interesting. So he just takes a knockout onto the Charizard, which is interesting because I thought you were gonna evolve the Dusclops into the Dusknoir and then use the Dusknoir to kill the Charizard in the front, and then the Terapagos can kind of sweep whatever else is on the bench, right? I mean, if it promotes the Pidgeot, that's fine because you can still deal a significant amount of damage onto this Pidgeot.
And he uses the Lost Vacuum, clearing out Nicholas's bench. Obviously, he's going to do damage to not only his overall damage output, but clears his bench of all the extra stuff. But on the other hand, you have extra Noctowls, you don't really need the bench anymore.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty sure Nick doesn't mind seeing the Arizona Emblems go away. I mean, he can easily flew out his bench again. I think he only used 1 or 2 Buddy Puffins, so he still has another 1 or 2 more left in the deck. And it also clears up his defense space, right? So if he wants to put stuff like Defense Inhibitor, he wants to put stuff like the Toad-School or the Booklands. Yep, all those options are fully available right now.
But once again, Andre has the Infernal Range Charizard EX out in play once again. And at the same time, using Quick Search, you get obviously a card he could use in this turn, or perhaps prepare for the next turn.
Yeah. But it seems like he found a Nest Ball. The Nest Ball is probably going to find a Pheasant Deputy EX, I think, so you can just draw 3. But no, that's the Radiant Charizard.
Obviously, Radiant Charizard is good in the Charizard EX deck because the more prizes your opponent take, the less damage, the less energy your Radiant Charizard needs to use the Combustion Blast attack.
Yeah, but you see, Nick is only down to his final 2 prizes, so all he really just needs is a Terapagos, Double Turbo Energy, and the Prime Catcher to be saw him put in his deck just now. Yeah, and he also needs to flood his bench, right?
Right.
But I think he only needs 7 cards, so it's actually not too bad. So we do see Night Stretcher coming out. Picks up the Terapagos EX. It seems like he is eyeing a Nest Ball and Prime Catcher from the Noctowl. So it's just gonna be, yep, there we go. The Nest Ball for the Blood Moon Ursaluna.
That's right.
And using the Prime Catcher to pick up the Rotom V and taking a knockout with that Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. Gonna be very, very strong deck. Alright, well, we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to round number 3 of the Rowell UBL. Here we have Edison playing Charizard EX and Jhun playing the Miraidon EX. Miraidon, a deck that we haven't seen in a while but has recently made a comeback. Thanks to the Pikachu EX, thanks to the Area Zero Under Depths, thanks to even Secret Box as well, actually. A lot of things supporting this deck. And for those of you who are unfamiliar, Miraidon just goes brrr, right?
That's right. You know, with Tandem Unit, you can flood your bench on turn 1 or turn 2, get everything ready. And once you have everything in front, you can use the Raichu or the Raikou V to do insane amounts of damage.
Yeah, Raikou V got a stealth buff, right? Lightning Rondo does 20 damage for every benched Pokemon on the field, yours and your opponent's. Previously, it was kept at 220, but now with Area Zero Under Depths, it's now dealing 280 damage when both you and your opponent have max out on your bench. 280 is a significant number, or used to be a significant number. Now a bit less so, but still a lot of damage.
Good enough to take out one Regidrago V-Star on one hit.
That's true. If the Regidrago V-Star player, but you know the thing is, he's not playing against a Regidrago V-Star. He's playing against Charizard.
That's right.
Charizard 330 HP. That 280 is not gonna matter.
And just like we said, you know, Jhun with the Nest Ball getting 2 Miraidons. I believe a Miraidon, a Pikachu, Iron Hands, Raikou V, and a Magnemite.
Magnemite, significant this time because you're able to evolve it into a Magneton, and you can use the Overvolt Discharge ability to charge up to 3 basic energies from your discard pile to your electric Pokemon in any way you like. Perfect to charge up for a Pikachu, perfect to charge up for a Miraidon, perfect to set up for your Ampu very much on your Iron Hands as well.
The problem is, obviously, you need to get the 3 energies to the discard pile first, because if there's nothing in there, your Magneton is just a sitting duck.
That's true, but I mean, at the same time, you know, you set up the Magnemite there. If Edison does choose to go forward the Magnemite instead of a 2-price Pokemon, you're essentially buying yourself time, right? So I don't mind seeing this Magnemite on the bench right now. It's a good kind of setup, setup mindset, and I mentioned, don't mind it at all, but look at that!
2 energies with the electric generator for the Iron Hands, you know, a very timely one, because if he gets 2 more or a double turbo, he can set up the Ampu very much for 2 prizes on the opponent's Pidgey or Charmander.
Yeah, and guess what? With this Magnemite now evolved into a Magneton, if he manages to get electric energies into his discard pile, he can just use the Overvolt Discharge for a cheeky energy acceleration, right? Which is just busted.
And now he uses the Iron Note to shuffle both players' cards in the bottom of the deck to draw 6 cards each because both players have 6 prizes. Looking to get the second generator, hopefully. Oh, he uses a Secret Box.
Secret Box discarding 3 electric energies. We were wondering how he was going to get the electric energies in through that discard pile. That is your answer. Secret Box, discard 3 cards from your hand into your discard pile. In which case, these are the 3 electric energies that is needed for the Magneton.
Yes, he has Area Zero, he has the Nest Ball, and he even took Boss's Orders, so he can get everything ready just for this upcoming attack.
Yeah, you know, and things that Secret Box allows you to, once you discard the cards, right, you can find your supporter, you can find an item, you can find a stadium, you can find a tool card.
One of every trainer card.
Basically one of every training card, yeah. So now he continues to flood his bench next to the Area Zero Under Depths now online. He puts the Raikou, he puts another Miraidon as well as Latias. Latias has the ability called Skyliner, which allows your basic Pokemon to have no retreat cost, which is perfect for this deck because there's almost no evolution Pokemon except for the Magneton.
And what's amazing, he has 2 generators with the big chunky iron hands, the MP very much taking 2 prizes and denying Edison of his Pidgey ever evolving to a Pidgeot EX.
Yeah, and the Bravery Charm you mentioned, he now Iron Hands is at 280 HP. Very, very thick boy vibes right now. Edison does have the Fascinability though, benches it down, and uses the Flip the Script ability, which allows you to draw 3 cards if your opponent took a knockout in your previous turn. In which is the case, poor Pidgey had to be sacrificed for 3 cards to be drawn.
But alas, he has 9 cards in his hand, basically with the Flip the Script, giving him many options to, obviously get a Charizard EX in play, perhaps maybe getting a second Pidgey in hand, or even, the Dust Noir for a potential Curse Blast on the following turn.
Yeah, no, but it looks like he's just going to go straight for that Charizard. He needs to strike back this turn, right? If Hongjun is allowed to go for a 2-2-2 play, it's really, it's a game over, basically. I still can't believe it, man. 4 energies to E-generators. This guy is blessed by the Miraidon Gods.
Yes, the Miraidon Gods, and he has basically 6 energy on board right now. So, even if the Iron Hands go away, the Magneton is ready to overload discharge to prepare the next Pokemon coming up in play.
Yeah, I swear I thought he used the overload discharge to get it to get his.
But it's still right there.
Yeah, it's still there. It's a gift that keeps on giving, I suppose.
And Edison with the timely Night Structure getting the Pidgey back on board, hopefully to get the Pidgeot EX in the next turn.
Yeah, but we saw Hongjun take the boss's orders.
So it's not gonna survive that long.
No, it's gonna be sacrificed. Yeah, why did he do that? That's a misplay if I ever saw one.
And he's putting the Pidgey out in front.
No, he got bossed. He got bossed.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about, right?
Darkness doesn't kill the Iron Hands, but another MP very much giving Hongjun 4 prizes already to the Charizard, still with 0 prizes taken. Counter Catcher. He gets the Rotom up in play.
But the Rotom's useless now.
Because the thing is, if Hongjun gets 1 more boss, the game's already over.
I suppose. But what are you gonna do with the Rotom V? Because the thing is that you're just taking up bench space right now.
That's
and
right.
For whatever reason.
Oh, okay, he's using
for the Forest so. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I'm sorry I ever dealt with you, Edison. But yeah, so I was gonna say, that's one bench space that is pretty precious because the Charizard is about to get knocked out, I think.
Oh, and he uses the Lost Vacuum to clear. Oh, he uses the Lost Vacuum to clear the Bravery Charm, taking out the Iron Hands and coming to see 1 more MP very much.
Beautiful play there. Beautiful play there by Edison. I think being able to.
And now with the collapsed stadium clearing the Rotom out of ever even being there in the first place, and significantly, destroying the Raikou V's attack source.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Collapse Stadium reduces the number of bench Pokemon that's allowed on the field to 4. Right? So you went from 8 to 4. You're essentially halving the amount of bench Pokemon that you're allowed on your side of the field. Yeah, this is not looking too good for Hongjun. Edison may look like he's coming back at this point. Managing to take out another 2 prizer from Hongjun's side of the field. Hongjun does just need a boss once again. I just want to reiterate that if he manages to get rid of the Collapse Stadium, use the Raikou to kind of knock out the Fascinipity, he'll be in good shape. But that would require Hongjun a damage modifier.
That's right.
A damage modifier and a full bench, but I don't think that's a damage modifier though, because right now he's only able to do 200 damage with this Raikou.
Yep, and he's using the Super Rod to take 2 energy back, I believe. I guess maybe he's looking to get 1 more energy generator up and running to get 1 more knockout, perhaps.
I mean, yeah, no, I was gonna say, yeah. So either he had to use a Miraidon, or he is keeping his Raichu V, which we see here, right? So Raichu V,
Dynamic Spark, right?
So yeah, Dynamic Spark. That's right. 60 times the amount of energies you can discard on your side of the field. So this would mean you need 6 energies. With the Magneton, he does have 5 energies.
The boss orders for the Serendipity gets the knockout and the very timely, last 2 prizes, even though. Edison did very, very fantastic previous and getting 4 prizes in 1 turn. Yeah,
it was a really, really good play for Edison to identify some ways out. But unfortunately for him, his round ended in a loss. All right, we'll catch you in the next round. Take care. Hey guys, welcome back to round number 4 of the Rowell UBL. Here we have Liang Jhun and playing the Terapagos and Suikai playing the Regidrago. Two quote-unquote, I guess, veterans of the game. Names that we haven't seen in a while coming back and doing very well at the event is always nice to see.
And a very good choice of decks between both players. Obviously, two of the strongest decks perhaps even in this current format. Terapagos with a very huge, the Area Zero Undead's engine flooding his entire bench full of Pokemon, and on the other end, Regidrago that basically, lets you do anything for every Dragon Pokemon on the discard pile.
Anything for everything, anywhere. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, Regidrago, as you mentioned, summarized pretty well. Able to use Apex Dragon to copy whatever Dragon type attack you have in your discard pile. Unfortunately, rotating out this April, Mioni really got to have fun with it. Since Twilight Masquerade, since Ogerpon, its good old buddy came out. But right now, pretty busted still.
And it's probably only going to get even stronger going forward, hopefully, But of course, we have the Badoo coming out that might just put a stop to all of the Drago shenanigans coming up.
It has. Badoo has recently come out. Been released, I think, like last week. Literally just last week, and it's itchy pollen attack prevents any items from being used, and that means Regidrago with the energy switches say bye-bye.
No E-switch.
No E-switch.
No Earthen Vessel. No Counter Catcher. What are you going to do?
Counter Catcher. He doesn't run Counter Catcher.
I mean, Prime Catcher.
Prime Catcher, yeah. No, that's completely, utterly useless in the face of this tiny green seedling. But anyways, that's for next format. We're talking about this format.
This format. Regidrago has absolutely everything in its toolset. If you want to do a Phantom Dive, you have Phantom Dive. You want to do Trifrost, you have Trifrost. You want to clear your opponent's Pokemon with 208 damage, you get in a V-Star.
Lost Impact.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to use Shred with Giratina V? You have Shred too.
If you play Giratina V, very few people do. But yes, I think Liang Jhun with the Terapagos in this matchup is, in my opinion, slightly favored. I feel like because the thing is that what's key for Liang Jhun here is setting up the double flunks, right? The moment the double flunks go up, Suikai doesn't really have room to use Trifrost anymore because Trifrost is 110 damage, I believe, but 110 minus 60 because Curly Wall also affects the benched Pokemon. They're only doing 50 damage to each bench. 50 damage to each bench Pokemon, which is not even enough to take out the Hoots or the Pidgeys.
So obviously, if I was Suikai right now, I would rather play a longer game, because obviously Trifrost isn't going to work. Or, clear the Buffalo on the ACP if he has to.
Yeah, but there's, like I mentioned before, there's no easy way, I think, for Suikai to navigate this match. But on the other side, Terapagos as well doesn't really have an easy way to deal with the Dragos, right? Because you really need to use Duskull.
Yeah,
right?
you have to get Curse Blast and probably a full bench to even clear one Drago V-Star.
Yeah, and in the Drago V-Star, if Suikai's smart and he uses stuff like Rolling Iron, it makes things
a very long game.
It's a very, very beefy game. I can't see what he discarded there.
A Drago V-Star, I believe, with the Earthen Vessel.
It looks like a Drago V-Star with the red color part.
Obviously, very timely. He had Fan Call. He had its full bench, 2 Hoots, Pidgey, and Terapagos. So next turn, he can get Noctowl, Pidgeot EX on the board. But of course, right now, what Suikai wants to do, obviously, is to get the Ogerpon EXs till done to get the energy on board, and hopefully, even his Walkability to go and thin down his deck even more for even more Drago shenanigans.
Yeah, it seems like that is the plan right now. He was eyeing an Ultra Ball, I believe. Yeah, so he did use an Ultra Ball, discarded the Mew EX, which is interesting because I thought you'd definitely want to play the Mew EX with this matchup for the restart so that you can actually start drawing some cards, right? But obviously use the Ultra Ball to get rid of the Mew EX to find a Teal Mask Ogerpon. Teal Mask Ogerpon, Teal Dance. I think he drew another Teal Mask. Yeah, it looks like he drew a Pokemon.
It looks like a Squawkabilly, I believe.
If it's a Squawk, it's exactly what he needed, right?
So we're just checking out the opponent's Terapagos, just, seeing how the numbers work, obviously.
Yeah, keep in mind, so Suikai is a returning player, right? He hasn't played this current meta much at all. So he's still not familiar with some of the newer cards. He does use the Squawkabilly to get rid of an E-switch already. Sorry?
And it looks like he already discarded a Kyurem in the discard, so if Liang Jhun doesn't get the Buffalon, obviously he can try Frost early.
Yeah, but at the same time, because he's already kind of discarded quite a bit of resources from his hand, thanks to the Squawkabilly, Squawk and Seize. I'm not sure what whether he will have enough resources to kind of do the double Trifrost, or
That's
even
right.
afford to use one Trifrost and E-switch, double E-switch for another Drago to attack, right? So at this point, it's slightly risky, and the thing is that the Drago is at the in the front. Strange, because Drago actually has an attack that you can use for one energy
That's
cost.
right.
Can't remember the name of the attack, but you're able to discard the top 3 cards from your deck.
And if it's any energy, you can put it on the Drago itself.
Yeah, which I would have used in this case.
I mean, because obviously, even if you discard the cards and you might need it, you can obviously get it back with the Legacy Star, right?
Exactly. You can get it back from the Legacy Star. You can get it back from, the was that Superior Energy Retrieval if he plays it.
Yeah.
Or even if it's a Dragon type Pokemon, you also don't mind it. In fact, you want that.
It's more TMs basically for Drago to use in the next turn.
Yeah, and it seems on the other side, we see Liang Jhun evolving his Suikai into a Noctowl, finding the Area Zero Underdeaths as well as the Nest Ball. The Nest Ball manages to pick up the first Buffalon that we mentioned.
Right.
Liang Jhun seems to have the same idea, trying to get the Buffalons out onto the field.
And now he has 2 Buffalons.
Very interesting. Liang Jhun attached the DTE onto the Fan Rotom in the front. This is telling me that he wants to use its attack, which does 70 damage if there's a stadium on the field. This basically brings Liang Jhun's Drago's HP down to 230.
That's right.
Right.
Because he has the double turbo energy, that's only 50 damage.
Yeah, no, so it brings it down
Yeah.
to 230, right? So 230 is...
It's a very close enough number to maybe get the Unified Beatdown, but it's still lacking by 1 more damage.
But the 1 damage can easily be solved from either Vitality Ban.
Or Curse Blast.
That's used to do it. I used to put it in. Or, Curse Blast, as you mentioned, right? He has a Duskull there. He doesn't even need to evolve his Duskull into a Dusknoir. He can just evolve into the Duskull, because 5 damage is more than enough.
More than enough to knock out the Red Drago V with, Unified Beatdown in play. And obviously, with Area Zero Undeath Inside in play, this also gives Suikai more bench space for his Pokemon, because Ogerpon is also a Terra Pokemon, that's right?
Yeah, that's right. So we do see a Mew?
I believe it's a Mew. We have
Wait, so
Clefairy as well.
So he didn't discard the Mew, or does he play 2 Mews?
Does he play 2 Mews, perhaps?
Well, anyway, so we do see the Regidrago
Legacy Star.
Well, but he used the Legacy Star way too early. I mean...
There's still a lot of cards in the deck. It's a very risky move, discarding the Prime Catcher even though he has 2 E-switches in the discard pile.
Yeah, I mean, he needs the E-switches as well. I mean, that's a really, really aggressive Legacy Star. But, he thanks to the Legacy Star, he actually manages to get everything he needs for an attack this turn and continues to draw out as well, so it's not doom and gloom for him necessarily. And we do see the
Phantom
Dive, yeah, exactly, coming off, killing off the Buffalon, as well as dealing 6 damage counters onto that Duskull at the back. So it puts Suikai in a pretty good spot right now.
So obviously, with the Buffalon out of play, he can now use Trifrost if he decides to, but obviously Liang Jhun can always get Night Stretcher back, the Buffalon back to the bench.
And look, I don't feel like Trifrost is that good of an option at this point in time, because he's already used his Legacy Star and his E-switches are already in the discard. So if he uses the Trifrost, he needs to have a secondary Drago V Star set up already, and he needs a switch option.
And the problem is all his E-switches are already in the discard pile. Most of them is, so it's a very risky play.
On top of that, the Prime Catcher is there as well, so there's no way for him to kind of have an easy switch out. So Trifrost just seems like a bait at this point. So we'll see how Suikai kind of navigates this match, right?
And on the other hand, with Liang Jhun, with no Duskull, he cannot take out the Drago V-Star easily in this turn, so he might going to have to perhaps boss or counter capture something else in the back for 2 more prizes, because if he lets Suikai, keep going with 2-2-2, he's not going to win the game.
Yeah, it's not looking too good, I think, for Suikai right now, but, and especially because Liang Jhun has 2 DTEs already attached on his field. Keep in mind the deck only runs 4, right? And 4. There's no way for you to kind of easily get up the...
but he has the Torton to get the Duskull in play.
That's interesting.
Evolving into the Dusknoir, using the Hisuian Heavy Ball to get another Hood in bench. Fill up the bench to do more damage with the Unified Beatdown. Curse Blast, giving Drago 18, obviously enough with the Unified Beatdown to take down the Red Drago V-Star.
Beautiful, beautiful Thornton play. I'm not sure if Red Candy was necessary there. Maybe he doesn't run the Dusclops. That's the only option I can think of. But beautiful, beautiful play. Manages to get rid of the Ragey Drago. But Suikai seems to be in a pretty good spot. He has a secondary Drago V-Star. Drago previously, now Drago V-Star. On his bench, manages to already have energy attached on this turn. He does need one more E-Switch though.
He needs to thin the deck to get one more E-Switch, hopefully, you know. Very timely, I believe, Nest Ball to get Fizznibity to turn out more cards of the deck to flip the script.
Flipping the script, will he be able to do such a thing? Oh, well, okay, look, he doesn't need to. He has the Earthen Vessel from his hand, so he manages to use that to pick up one grass and one fire energy. He is going to teal downs, I believe, to try to find. I think there's one more E-Switch. I feel like there's one more E-Switch.
I feel like there's one more E-Switch because he's not going to attach the energy to the Ogre if he's not having one more E-Switch, obviously.
Yeah, he flips the script.
Script for 3 cards. Does he see the energy switch, or is he still lacking that one more card being the E-Switch?
Feels like he is. And the options here are really, really dim, right? Because he's limited with his options, because the thing is, he can't promote any of his other 2 prize Pokemon. And the Cleffa is there as a free pivot. Well, I mean, he could just pass here. It's not too bad of an option.
Oh, the timely jamming tower clearing Liang Jun's bench of Pokemon, obviously his own as well. A very risky move, but you know, that limits the damage output that the Terapagos EX can do.
Yeah, not sure if I would have used the jamming tower there. And because he's
kind of clears his own energy on the board as well, so it's a, I don't know what I'm gonna say, but you know, obviously having to limit the damage output the Terapagos can is the best thing he can do right now, I believe.
I mean, look, it in my opinion, it doesn't make a difference, right? Because the thing is, he is just gonna pass either ways, and if he doesn't pass, Liang is forced to use a gust, right? If Liang uses a gust at this point,
it's over.
He's got 4 prizes left. So there's still time, right? But there wasn't an quote-unquote urgent need to do so. I guess it makes things more difficult for Liang Jun, so he needs more pieces in order for him to take a knockout on a 2 prize Pokemon. But yeah, it's weird. Oh wow, okay, that's a very nice Turo.
Turo up the Noctowl to evolve the other Hu into a Noctowl, giving him another dual seek to get 2 more trainer cards, and he immediately gets the Area Zero Underdeaths.
As well as Super Rod, I believe. It looks like a Super Rod.
Yeah, right.
Super Rod here is going to be super... Oh, Night Stretcher.
Night Stretcher. He gets the Night Stretcher. He brings out the Curly Wall Buffalon back again, giving his bench, 60 more damage protection.
Oh, finds a Dusknoir as well. That's interesting.
With the second Night Stretcher, obviously looking to get another... Oh, okay.
Takes a knockout. Goes to 1 prize. Goes to 3 prizes left.
3 prizes left. Obviously, Suikai will want to put the Mew EX as a pivot, obviously giving him free retreat.
He finds the E-Switch now.
Finds that
1 turn too late.
1 turn too late, but perhaps maybe enough to stall time to get the last 2 prizes, perhaps. A bit risky move, however, because he cannot kill the Terapagos with the any of his dragon moves. Alas.
I wouldn't. I mean, this to me looks like a rolling iron angle, right?
Yeah, he has to use rolling iron to stall the time right now, because if he uses rolling iron, whatever the Terapagos does, it will not be enough to knock out the Drago V-Star on the next turn.
Oh, look at that. Suikai only has 3 cards left in his deck as well, so he's playing on a timer. He only has 4 turns left if he doesn't have any kind of, recovery options in his deck.
Right.
It's looking a little bit rough for the side of Suikai. Suikai just going through the enemy, going through both discard piles to ensure that all resources have been utilized before he goes on his next play. He does use that Super Rod to shuffle back to, I think, 1 fire and 2 grass. 1
fire, 2 grass, so enough for maybe perhaps another attack. With no...
Ooh.
He uses the Temple of Sinnoh, which changes all special energies to no effects, basically giving Terapagos a harder time to even use Unified Beatdown.
Not only that, it will require Liang Jun to play 2 DTEs, right?
And that's very costly.
Very, very, very costly. Keep in mind, we already seen, I think, 2 DTEs gone? What was that? Oh, Swinging Spin being used.
Swinging Spin for the knockout on the Terapagos for an insane play.
That was a great play. Now, Liang Jun kind of put in a corner here. Swinging Spin online means that he is guaranteed a knockout on the basic Pokemon. And for those of you who don't know, you need to roll dice to use the attack. If it's a hits, you take a knockout on the active Pokemon. If it's a tails,
On the active basic Pokemon.
basic Pokemon, yes.
Right.
And if it's tails, you take a knockout on a benched basic Pokemon. Right, and then you can choose which basic Pokemon it is. Then okay, so here's the dangerous part. Downget puts a Serendipity down, so this guarantees a
If you get the
knockout.
tails on the swinging fiend, it's gone.
If it's a heads, it's gone.
It's
right?
gone.
I mean, the thing is that Suikai needs to have a boss in hand in order for
That's
him
right.
to guarantee to win next game or next turn.
But he
But
gets the Roxanne to thin out the deck, and that means
bro, that's sitting out the deck. It's shuffling the hands. It's disruption. It's the ultimate form of disruption. Right? You draw 6 cards. Your opponent draws 2 cards. But you can only use this if your opponent has 3 or less prizes.
that's right. But the thing is, Suikai still has 2 Ogopons and 1 Mew, so he can still draw into the deck.
Prime Catcher onto that Serendipity?
Is he trying to go for the deck out gameplay?
Yeah, he's trying to stall out his opponent. I mean, this is probably the only angle that Suikai can go for.
Looks like Suikai still has about 2 more energy in the deck, so if he can draw it out, he can use the Ogopon to basically get a knockout. But can he even get a knockout with the Buffalon in front?
I'm not even sure if he has a benched, any more energies left in his deck. We saw him shuffle some back in just now, but I'm not sure if he's fully. Oh, it's just a. Oh, it's okay. So time was called, so it's a double game loss.
I mean, of course, once you reach 25 minutes, and if you don't settle things up, both players lose.
Yeah, so unfortunate, I think, for both of them to not be able to come to a conclusion there. But I think if the game would have played out, I believe Suikai was in more of a demanding
Definitely.
spot. So it's just super unfortunate to see that games did not manage to complete. But yeah, so that is round number 4. We'll see you in round 5. Take care. Alright, hey guys, welcome back to round number 5 of the UBLs that happened at Rowell. So here we have the 2 beatdown decks. Alright, Raging Bolt versus Gholdengo. So Jhun playing the Raging Bolt and Jefferson playing the Gholdengo. Both at 4-0 right now.
So obviously, this matchup is very easy. The first guy to get 2 prizes wins the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, right? There's very, very, very little leeway for the decks to kind of utilize their single prizes. In fact, I don't think Gholdengo plays any single prizes. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's true. Obviously, you have the Gimme Goal in front you can buy for 1 prize. But if your Gimme Goal dies, how are you going to get Gholdengo out and play?
And the thing is that your Gimme Goal ain't gonna do continuous coin flip because you don't even play that Gimme Goal
That's
anymore.
true.
Right? So there's no way to kind of do like a single prize up trade. It's very simple, right? Beat down, beat down, beat down. Who can do it more consistently every single turn? So here, I feel Raging Bolt has an easier time of execution because there isn't you don't need to find an evolution piece, right? You
Right.
can go ham all the way.
Throw all energies in the discard, you get Sada, you get Pokestop, just keep rolling and you win.
Yeah, and here, honestly, I think Raging Bolt as well. Here, if he knows he's playing against Gholdengo, wants to go first.
That's
Right?
right.
Because typically you want to see Raging Bolt go second, but you don't mind Jefferson having being able to evolve. Because if Jefferson evolves, then you can start taking 2/2/2s, right? If not,
That's
you're forced
right.
to take like a 1 prize, 1 prize, 1 prize. Sorry, 1/1/2/2, which basically
Ruins
it adds-
your game plan, yeah.
correct, adds 1 more turn to your game plan, right? So it's little bit, I don't know. Would you, as a Gholdengo player, want to go first in this matchup?
As in this matchup, I honestly still want to go first because if
Yeah.
I can swing, like if I have enough board pieces with if I have maybe 3 Gimme Goals in play, it's fine. Let 1 Gimme Goal die and I got 2 more to hit back and make him take 1/2/2.
Exactly. So that's why I think Raging Junji here, if he can decide who to go first, then I think it's very simple, right? He should go first.
Right. But it all depends on what the starting hand is because if you got no extra Pokemon on the bench, that plan obviously does not work.
Yeah, well, you can't decide
That's
after
right.
you see your hand, right? You have to decide before you see your hand, Ash.
Like right now.
All right, so the both players have started. We do see, I think, Jefferson going first.
He
We do see a
top
Buddy
decks
Buddy
the
Boffin.
Boffin right there.
Top deck. Finding probably 2 Gimme Goals, I believe, doing a quick deck search, making sure that he has all the pieces. I see. Oh, by the way, Jefferson plays a very unique list of Gholdengo.
That's
it's
right.
not the Energy Search Pro variant that we've been seeing
The
pop up.
more classic, I guess. Is it the more classic?
Yeah, it's the
one?
more classic version. I think there's a Palkia as well.
Palkia, I mean, obviously with the water energy, that means he's playing the Palkia V-Star package.
Yep, with the Gholdengos as well. So he uses Earthen Vessel to find 2 water energies while discarding 1 water energy, so that puts it perfect for the Star Portal. Right, Star Portal?
That's
I
right,
think so,
Star
yeah,
Portal
yeah.
and the Subspace Well.
So there we go.
But that obviously means he needs to get a Palkia in play, but no, that's not happening.
Well, it doesn't matter because there's a metal energy attached to the front gimme goal. So if there's a Gholdengo that comes out, he's going to be able to swing already with the 2 water energies that he has in his hand from the Earthen Vessel they picked up earlier. Don't know why that water energy is still stuck there. Oh no, that's his discard pile.
And of course, Jhun using the Pokestop, but losing both Ogreprong and the Grass Energy, but getting the Pokemon Catcher, which isn't really useful in this situation right now.
I mean, either way, you're going to get rid of a gimme goal, and you would want to knock out the gimme goal in the front because it has an energy attachment anyways.
Right.
So a little bit unfortunate, a little bit of a bad Pokestop, but no worries. He can just pick it up later, right? He's got nice stretches, he's got energy retrieval.
It'll all come back eventually.
Exactly. He wants energies in the discard anyways for the Sada, right?
Yes. And we're getting the Nest Ball with a second Raging Bolt.
2 Raging Balls tells me that he has a Sada in hand. Yep, we do see that Sada. So Sada allows you to choose 2 of your ancient Pokemon and charge each of those ancient Pokemon 1 energy from the discard pile. If you do so, you can draw 3 cards from your deck. Very, very, very strong card. This is one of the reasons why Raging Bolt is still a thing at this point. Right.
So you get 3 cards, you get 2 energies. What's not to like about Sada?
What's not to like about Sada? Indeed. So we do see the knockout being taken by Jhun first. He did manage to get rid of the gimme goal, the energy, but Jefferson doesn't mind that. Just attaches 1 energy to the front gimme goal.
What a Pokestop to get 2 Nest Ball and a Super Energy Retrieval, because if you get the Nest Ball, it gets you to Festivity, which gets you 3 more cards.
Yeah.
And obviously he wants to get Festivity. Oh, no?
Yeah, he has the Festivity. He uses the second Nest Ball for the Palkia,
Palkia or the Greninja.
Yep, Greninja works.
Obviously, if he does this, you can see 5 more cards this turn, and if you get to Gholdengo, you can see a 6th card this turn.
That's almost a full hand, starting hand, which is absolutely insane. We do see the script happen. 3 cards being drawn. We do see a Earthen Vessel being used right now. Finds 2 more energies from the deck. Really thinning out his deck, right? So this is 4 cards that were thinned out from his deck earlier, plus the 3 that he just drew from the script, plus the 2 that he's going to draw from this concealed cards. He is going through his deck extremely quickly.
And he already has 4 energy in this card bar, which means it's enough to get the Super Energy Retrieval, throwing out the Evolution and the Nest Ball. So this is enough to knock out the full energized Raging Ball, which means, Jhun just gonna have to work harder to knock out the Gholdengo on his next turn.
Yeah, and he uses the Arven as well to find a Rigid Band, which reduces damage from your opponent's Pokemon by 20, I believe?
By 30.
By 30, there we go.
Which means Gholdengo now has essentially 290 HP, which makes Raging Ball throw out 5 energy, I believe, to knock out the Gholdengo, because 280 is enough for 4, and the extra 10 makes this card 1 for just 10 more damage, and that isn't really worth it at all.
By the way, I do want to point out the fact that Jefferson just put a Staryu on the bench.
Staryu? Oh,
Staryu. Do you know what a Staryu does?
So it does nothing but...
Wait,
did we just see a...
Unfair Stamp?
Unfair Stamp in Raging Bolt?
Dude, this game is so whack!
You would think every Raging Ball player normally plays like Prime Catcher, but obviously if you open the Gholdengo and you have Unfair Stamp...
That's
it.
Really smart. Okay, sorry, going back to the Starmie, Starmie is useless, but when it involves the Starmie, you can actually shuffle the Starmie back into the deck and put 2 damage.
You discard it to the discard pile.
Sorry.
And you do 20 damage, 2 damage counters.
What's 2 damage counters gonna do? For this specific matchup.
For this specific matchup, I don't believe it does anything at all, because, Gholdengo basically is an infinite damage output, but...
Is it possible? Can you throw 1 less energy by using the Staryu?
Not really, because 220 down to 240 is still the same. And I guess for the Ogreprong at least.
Yeah, for the Ogreprong, or if you place a Festivity as well, so it fixes that kind of damage, I suppose.
But Jhun using I believe the Pokemon Catcher to get Festivity in front to deny Jefferson, 3 more cards if he talks it out. And he uses the Unfair Stamp and a Raging Bolt to bring Gholdengo down to 2 cards and getting 5 cards in play.
Really, really smart, but he missed the Sada, so by whiffing the Sada, he's unable to take a knockout onto this Serendipity EX, and all Jefferson needs is one energy to kind of retreat that and continue his assault. But with attaching the Bravery Charm onto that front Raging Bolt, it makes him really, really thick. So
290 right
290,
now.
yep, so that you are required
To draw 6 energies to knock out.
Six energies. With a full hand, it's easy to do, but with an unfair stamped hand,
3 cards, how are you going to do it
it's
all
really, really unfair.
Your life is unfair, but that's how it is when you have unfair stamp.
Exactly. So right here, it's interesting. We don't see actually superior energy retrieval being taken by this Arvin. I thought we would definitely see one as a way for Gholdengo to attack again, but we do see that Earthen Vessel being played right now, again, discarding the Silene. This is a really old school version of Gholdengo.
Very old school. I remember the Silene is very useful because it gets you back your counter catcher, it gets you back even a super energy retrieval if you have it priced.
It gets you back so many different things, only if you flip hits.
Only if you flip head.
Only if you flip heads.
If you get blue tails, well, you know, you just wasted the support of an entire turn.
Yeah, so for this...
Focus up with the with the super energy retrieval and the nest ball, you know, which basically gives him enough to get back those energies that he just discarded early in the turn.
Yeah, so we just saw Jefferson doing some quick math there, making sure that he has enough damage on this Gholdengo. So we do see the coin bonus being utilized. Draws 2 cards from that discard from his deck because it's in the front.
Yep.
Uses superior energy retrieval to get rid of the nest ball as well as the pocket to pick up 4 energies from his discard pile.
An energy retrieval,
an old school one.
Getting him 6 to just enough to knock out the Raging Ball with Make It Rain.
Make it rain, chucking all those energies at the face of Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt just not being able to survive. We do see, oh wow, Serendipity, Night Stretcher going down from the Pokestop, but that was beautiful because then he can use the Night Stretcher to find that Serendipity.
For 3 more cards, obviously.
3 more cards. But at this stage of the game, Jhun is so far behind. I'm not sure there's anything that Jhun can do to kind of come back from this.
That's right.
Do see energy retrieval being used. Picked up 2 energies from the discard pile. His hands are full of energies, but he doesn't have Pokemons on his field. This is not looking too great. We do see the Lost Vacuum being used right now, likely to get rid of the Pokestop, preventing Jefferson from using it.
That's right.
What is that? Slithering going down. We just see
going down.
Oh no, we see an energy attachment in the past. This is really bad.
This is disastrous because as long as Jefferson retreats the Serendipity, the game is basically his and we can draw the energy retrieval.
Yes, he needs the superior energy retrieval. Keep in mind, right?
Yeah.
So
he's used 2 so far in the energy retrieval, so he still probably has 2 more unless it's priced in the game. So
2 more superior energy retrievals left. We do see a prime catcher as well, so it's like he can just prime up the Serendipity, so it requires less. Oh no, same amount of energies. So it's 5. So he still needs 5 energies.
But if he can get the Starmie out, if he gets Starmie out, he just needs to have.
So this is where Edmund's big body kind of just bodied my cat.
Wow, Edmund, how dare you?
I know. This is Moon Child. Jeremy, please pick up your child from aisle 4. Thank you. Okay,
if he gets the Gholdengo out to draw 1 more extra card, he gets the Arvin, which means he guarantees super energy retrieval, which is enough to knock out the facility for Make It Rain for 210 damage, 250 damage.
Yeah, so we just showcasing that he's able to complete the game. So once the game is completed, that shows the end of the recording. All right, so yeah, 2 beatdown decks. It's actually very surprising because in the UBLs we saw a lot of beatdown decks, but at this UBL so far, this is the first one that we've recorded. So nice to see that they're still around.
Very good. You know, 2 beatdown decks, first to 2 wins the game, and like you see, Gholdengo first to 2, he wins the game.
Exactly. All right, we'll catch you in the next one. Hey guys, welcome back to round number 5 of the Rowell UBL. Here we have a very similar matchup. In fact, the exact same matchup.
We have Jude Raging Ball at Jefferson once again with the Gholdengo.
Seems like they're having multiple fist bumps on stream. This is.
I mean, we don't really advocate for multiple fistings, but if they do it, more power to them.
I mean, look. I'm all for the memes. I'm all for the odd things that we see on stream. But now it's time to
play. We have Jefferson starting first with Greninja in front, Gholdengo in the back, and then Palkia. Perhaps we will see the subspace swell or shenanigans happening on Star Portal this time. Now we have Jude with the
Jude will be Teal Mask
Ogerpon, you know, and the Teal Dance putting energies, and we have 2 Raging Balls in the bench with their Pokegear 3.0 looking to get perhaps the Sada right there, but without any energy in the discard, Sada's practically useless.
Yeah, and we do see I think one grass energy already in the discard pile. I think that was from the Ultra Ball earlier that Jude
right,
found.
but what he really wants right now is either a fighting energy or a lightning energy, or I guess, you know, he's using the Sada to put 2 grass energy to, you know, basically thin down his deck a little bit more.
Yeah,
very odd choice perhaps, but
he finds the Raiding Greninja with the Nest Ball because he has a lightning energy and a fighting energy in his hand, so he just used the concealed card to draw 2. He just hand attach 1 lightning energy to the back Raging Bolt, just in case, kind of respecting what Jefferson can do with this Gholdengo.
That's right.
So he benches, he attaches it to the back Raging Bolt and just passes it over, opting not to use the first attack, by the way, Burst Raw,
yeah,
right, to draw 6.
Discard, because obviously he has energy in his hand and Sada in his hand, so he wants to keep it.
Does he have Sada in his hand?
I believe
he used one already. So I'm like, well, we'll see. I mean, he had a relatively small hand, so if I was in that situation, I didn't have a Sada in hand,
I would go all the way,
100%, right? But here we do see Jefferson using the Arven to find a Buddy Poffin and a TM Evo.
Yeah. Because he pulled a Palkia V-Star in play already, but obviously it's not useful unless your opponent has a full bench or like maybe 4 Pokemon on bench, because if they have 4 Pokemon on bench, you can practically hit for 240, but if they have 3, it's not enough to knock out the Raging Ball EX.
Interesting. He's eyeing out the Scyther.
Because so what the Scyther does is Scyther by itself is nothing, but if he has Scizor, he has the Punishing Scissors, which does 60 damage, 10 plus 60 for every Pokemon on your opponent's side of an ability. And with Raging Ball, every Pokemon in the bench and active has ability, so he can practically hit.
Well, Raging Bolt itself doesn't have an ability.
That's true. So he has Ogerpon and he has Greninja, so it hits for like maybe, say about 110, so nothing right now.
60 times 4.
6 times 4. So he only...
So it's 240, right? Yeah. So you need 4 Pokemon.
So if Jude basically had a Fezandibity or another Ogerpon, then he would do more damage, but without that, it's practically useless.
Yeah, interesting that he was eyeing that out, but I think he made the right play, right? So he used the TM Evo to kind of evolve 2 Gimmigos to Gholdengos. So he will be able to... Oh, he only has 1 Gholdengo. Oh, that's rough. So that means he's prized 2 Gholdengos.
So he's prized 2 Gholdengos. That's a very dangerous problem to have, because you cannot pull out the Gholdengo with the heavy ball, obviously.
Yeah, so you just need to take prizes. So that's so rough.
But if Jude, knowing this, he's obviously going to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, Jude is not a new player, right? So he should be able to. I think has rightfully identified that, right? So he goes immediately for the Prime Catcher to try to get rid of one of the Gholdengos that has the energies attached already. And the thing about getting rid of Gholdengos is that it also gets rid of the draw engine, right? So Gholdengo's coin bonus ability actually allows you to go through your deck pretty quickly, but especially if there's one on the active spot.
That's right, and he uses the Bellowing Thunder, denying the Gholdengo of attacking and even drawing. So right now, Jefferson might want to get some more drawing power. It has an ability to draw 3 more cards, because without any Night Stretcher, that Gholdengo it's not coming back.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not sure why Jefferson kind of evolved his Palkia, to put down his Palkia turn 1. I know that he didn't have a lot of Pokemon from the get-go, but the thing is, by doing this, Jude is playing very smartly, right? He's restricting the amount of Pokemon that's on his bench, so it restricts Palkia's damage output.
Yes.
And it's a liability as well at this point, right?
That's right.
Raging Bolt needs to do is discard 4 energies, and it's over for Palkia. So it guarantees it's a 2-prize liability.
That's right. But on the other hand, Jefferson using the Letter of Encouragement to get 3 energies from the deck, because if your Pokemon was knocked out on the previous turn, he gets 3 energy. He uses Arven to get the Rigid Band and Super Energy Retrieval. Now he can see practically 7 energies in this turn to knock out the in front Raging Ball, but would that be enough to turn the tide in his favor?
I'm sorry, Letter of what? Dude, this card was always looked at as a meme.
It's a meme, but for Gholdengo, where you almost always get knocked out every turn, it gets you 3 energies. It's 3 free energies to get, more damage output in the turn. It's like basically a mini E-Search Pro if your Pokemon was knocked out the last turn.
I suppose.
It's a risk, but the thing is, if your Pokemon's not knocked out, it's practically a useless card.
Yeah, it's a dead card! But I don't know. This deck when I played Gholdengo, I felt like I was very, very limited on space, and it seems like Jefferson has just found ways to squeeze in all sorts of packages, right?
Yeah, he squeezed in the rigid band, he squeezed in the Saito Scissor, he squeezed in the
Palkia, the letter of encouragement. How is he doing this? I need to see his counts. I need to see his lists.
But well, you know, he's 5-0 right now, so obviously that's testament to how well he's practiced this deck. You know,
either that or BO1, you know.
Or BO1, you know, it's always luck.
but enough about that. Let's go back into the game. So we do see the Raging Bolt being able to find energies using the Earthen Vessel that he just used. So he will be able to keep drawing, but he needs one Sada, right?
I believe one Sada right now, or a manual attached to the active.
Okay, no. So I think he used the Sada earlier because I didn't see.
That's right. He used the Sada, and he used the Sada. He used 2 Teal Mask. He uses the Pal back to put the Sada back into the deck because if he draws more stuff, he can get more Sada. But obviously, with the Bellowing Thunder taking out the Gholdengo, you know, Rigid Bed or not with enough damage output, everything's going down.
Yep. So with this, Jefferson is put into a corner. He needs to go through 2 prize Pokemon, whereas Jude is left with just 1. And he does not have a so he does not have a Gholdengo on the bench at this point. So he needs to find a Gholdengo. He needs to find the 1 Metal Energy. He needs to find 6 energies.
6 energies because like with the Bravery Charm, not even a full patch is going to help Palkia bring the goddamn Raging Ball down because it's very bulky. 300 HP.
No, not 300. Not 300. 290.
290. That's right. 290. And like, even with 290, it's still not enough for the Palkia to take it down.
Yeah, 290. Even if you minus 2 from the Starmie, that's 270. 270
still not enough because Palkia can only hit for 260.
Yeah, and the thing is that Jude is not full benching as well, right? So 260, he's not even able to hit 260. He's only able to hit 240,
and that's still not enough. So he's gonna have to either prime catcher either the Ogre Pawn or the Raging Bolt. But the thing is it already too late? Because with 4-2, if Jude gets 1 more Sada, the game might practically be over by now.
Yeah, and the thing is, you mentioned, right? So 1 Sada is all that Jude needs to kind of just hit the Palkia for knockout. I think even with the Rigid Band,
he gets the Rigid Band and he gets the Night Special to get the Gholdengo back.
Rigid Band, does it only affect EX Pokemon?
It only affects stage 1 Pokemon.
So because V-Star is not stage 1. That's why you can't use the Rigid Band.
It's not technically a stage 1 Pokemon. So it does not affect Palkia V-Star at all.
Yeah. So you can't even attach a Rigid Band onto that Palkia V-Star. That's right.
Right. Not on the Palkia, not even on the Festivity. So they're basically sitting ducks right now.
Yeah. Okay, well, the good news for Jefferson is that he managed to evolve his Gimmigo into Gholdengo as well as attach that 1.
He's the Star Portal just to retreat. I believe he's planning to retreat with the Greninja. He's looking to see for Earthen Vessel to dig out.
No, that's Ultra Ball he just used. Ultra Ball,
and he gets a Scissor out, but in this situation, what is the Scissor going to do? Because, you know, it's not going to do enough damage to knock out even an Ogre Pawn right now.
I think he's just doing that to retreat. Not to retreat, to thin out his deck.
Thin out his deck, right? Because obviously, thinning out the deck is a very important thing to do at endgame because you want to take out all the cards you don't need over the deck and keep everything you need back inside there.
Keep in mind, thinning is winning, so he does find the energy retrieval to take 2 energies back from his discard pile. We did see a superior energy retrieval in his hand as well, so he is going to pick that for discarding away the Scizor as well as the Buddy Puffin. So that's 6 energies from his hand. This in his hand right now, 6, which is enough to take a knockout onto that Raging Bolt, the Bravery Charm. But there's no hand disruption. So the thing is, Jude's game plan is very simple. He just needs to find a Sada, right? He just needs 1 Sada to win the game. He does have the Sada, so he does 1. Fighting a lightning attachment. He just needs 1 more lightning attach. Oh, he misordered that.
He drew the fighting energy and he has exactly 5 energy on board to take the knockout on the Gholdengo with the Bellowing Thunder for 350 damage.
That's a big whoop and a big knockout onto the Gholdengo. Alright, stay tuned for the next one, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to the final round of the Rowell UBL matches. Here we have Ancient Box versus Lugia. This is a matchup that I'm actually quite excited to see. You know, Ancient Box has been rising up in popularity in the past maybe 2-3 weeks. It's risen in ranks because of its ability to uptrade, right? You're using single prize decks, single prize Pokemon to kill 2 prize Pokemon. To knock out 2 prize Pokemon.
Right, and on the other hand, Lugia, you know, it's a basically a 2 prize Pokemon deck, but it works by using single prizes to attack. You know, with the Minchino Chinchinos, and you have Lugia's ability to get the 2 Archeops. It gives you Primal Turbo, which will like accelerate 4 energy in 1 turn. You basically
4 special energies.
4 special energies, so you get to like anything you want in 1 turn.
Yeah, and how Lugia functions is almost like a box deck, right? So I think Lugia has been prevalent in the format, and we've said this time and time again about the strength of energy acceleration. So Lugia has literally been partnered with almost every single Pokemon that we've seen in the meta. Thanks to Beyond, we've actually seen him being paired with the weirdest, most unique kind of pairings, Iron Thorns at one point as well. That was quite funny to see and quite torturous to play with. I think we've seen him play with Charizard as well. So truly, we don't know what the Lugia is playing until we see it play.
Exactly, because as long as that Pokemon has multiple colors, energies, and like maybe 1 color energy, Lugia can solve it with Primal Turbo and I guess a Legacy energy.
Legacy energy, exactly. We've seen the Wellspring Ogapons being paired with this. We've seen the Iron Hands being paired with this.
Iron Hand, you even see like anything and everything under the box. Iron Hands, Iron Thorns as well.
Yeah, so I was going straight into the matchup. We do see Ernest starting the game off with a Flutter Mane. Flutter Mane being very strong. Flutter Mane has the ability Midnight Fluttering, so it stops all Pokemon. Sorry, all your opponent's active Pokemon.
Yeah. So whether it's a basic Stage 1, Stage 2, as long as it's in front, that you have no ability in the face of Flutter Mane.
Yeah, Midnight Fluttering is a strong ability. So, for example, if the Lugia gets caught up to the front using a Gust option, it cannot use Summoning Star.
No Summoning Star, and if Arceus is in front, there's no Primal Turbo, so you only have 2 Primal Turbos.
1 Primal Turbo.
1 Primal Turbo, yeah.
Yeah. So here we do see, Ernest having a pretty, not actually that strong of a start. Yeah, a pretty iffy start. We just see the hand attachment onto that Flutter Mane, as well as a bench, of the new Koraidon.
That's right.
So the new Koraidon has a really, really strong attack of 2 colors energies. If in your previous turn, if your ancient Pokemon had attacked, any ancient Pokemon attacked, it does a whopping 100 or 200.
180 damage, which is a lot of damage, for practically a basic Pokemon. 2 colors, 180, that's a big attack. But on the other hand, Javier right now is trying to look for a Lugia, and he manages finally get the first Lugia with, I guess, a second Great Ball.
Yeah, so he manages to top that Lugia. He has 2 Luminions in hand as well.
The problem is, having a Lugia in the bench is good, but without any Arceus in the discard pile, there's no Summoning Star or Primal Turbo happening. So what he wants to do right now is to dig in the deck to get. But alas, he has nothing in the hand, and it's back to Ernest's turn.
Well, the good news is that for Javier, right? The good news for Javier is that Ernest does not really have a built-up Ancient discard pile just yet. Right. Because the main attacker for Ancient Box is the Baby Roaring Moon with his Vengeance Slashing attack 70, plus 10 damage for every... 10
for every...
10 for every Ancient Pokemon you have in the... Ancient card,
yeah. So whether it's a Sada, it's an Ancient Turbo Ancient Energy, as long as it's an Ancient card, your Vengeance Slashing gets even more stronger.
Even stronger, more better. Here, sorry, there was a little bit of a error with the recording, but then so we did a little bit of a time stop skip.
Time stop, okay.
But here we just saw, I think, the Gust of the Lugia up to the front, and then just an attack from the Flutter Mane. So basically, it stopped Javier from utilizing his Star ability.
Yeah, the Summoning Star, which basically is the key to the entire Lugia deck, because without Summoning Star, you get no Arceus. Without Arceus, you got no energy acceleration. That basically means it's a dead duck right in front.
Yeah, so keep in mind as well, Ernest did take a knockout in the previous Chinchino. Yeah, Minchino. I always get confused between the two.
Yeah, Minchino. The rat. The little rat.
The little rat. So this take a knockout on the rat and puts the remaining damage onto that Lugia. And right now, with JV not being able to retreat the Lugia up the front, he is stuck. He is a sitting bird.
That's right. And with the Explorer, let's look at 6 cards in the deck. You can take 4 in the discard pile and you can put 2 in your hand. And of course, with the Focus Up, to see 3 more cards. That basically gives you 9 cards in the turn and perhaps maybe at least 5 ancient cards in the discard pile, which gives even, Roaring Moon perhaps even 9 more damage to its already huge damage pile up.
Yeah, so it's and the beautiful thing about Flutter Mane is that it doesn't only have a really good it has a really good ability. Sorry, doesn't have a really good ability. It also has a pretty good attack, right? He's doing like I think 90-20.
Right.
So it's really strong.
But obviously, with Minccino and Fry, it's not gonna get knocked out with the Flutter Mane attack. So it gets survive for 1 turn, and it gives enough power to the Lugia in the bench to get the Summoning Star, to get the Arcas with the Primal Turbo, with a whole bunch of energies on the Minccino.
Yeah, but the thing is that Minccino is not an efficient resource when you're trying to trade 1 for 1.
Right.
Because typically you want to overcharge a Minccino to trade for 2 prize, right?
Right.
But charging 3 energies onto four energies? No, three.
That's 3 energies, and it knocks out the Flutter Mane. The problem is you do not want to knock out the Flutter Mane. You want to knock out the Roaring Moon, because the Roaring Moon is always there. He'll get stronger with every ancient card in this card pile.
Yeah, look, I think Lugia is not looking too hot right now. Ernest has already taken, I think, 1 prize, and he is ready to take a 2nd prize right now using the Relenting Onslaught attack from Koraidon. Keep in mind, Koraidon's attack just needs 2 colorless energies. It's not even a fighting energy.
Yeah, you don't need a fighting energy in the deck to make it work. I'm pretty sure Ernest is just only playing dark energy in the deck.
Yeah, right now, Ernest's Vengeance Fletching attack is doing, I think, 180 right now. So he is just 10 ancient cards away. I say just because it's really easy to kind of hit that threshold. The moment he has another Explorer's Guidance, it's going to definitely accelerate.
Yeah, with 1 Explorer and 1 Pokestop, seeing 9 cards and 9... What are the odds that 9 cards, 5 of them could even be ancient cards?
Yeah, and the thing is that he doesn't necessarily need to take a knockout onto this Lugia right now.
And Lugia, the Tempest Dive, knocking out the Koraidon, which basically gives more power to the next Vengeance Fletching.
Yeah, no, I mean, he doesn't even need to take a knockout on this Lugia, right? Because if he has a boss or a Prime Catcher, he can just take a knockout on the Luminion.
That's right, because like the Luminion is practically just 1 Luminion, 1 Lugia, and the game's easy for him because he's trading up,
Up trading, this is what we're talking about just now. We do see Super Rare being used for Defense Inhibiting EX. I think he will just leave it in the deck right now. His deck's actually really thin.
It's really thin, because the problem with Ancient Box deck is you're going to thin the deck a lot to get huge firepower, but the problem is if you deck out too much, you might, deck yourself out, and that could be a problem because your opponent might use that against you to get the win. But the problem is, right now, JV's not looking really, really good, and if Ernest gets the Vengeance Fletching on the Lugia and the Luminion, the game's practically won for him.
Yeah, that's a very, very easy prize trade, I think, for the side of Ernest. He now has, I think, 180, 100 to 200. So that's enough damage?
Just enough to knock out the Lugia.
Wait, 100, 150, 200. Oh, because the Lugia was damaged just now, that's why.
That's right. And if that's enough to knock out the Lugia, the Luminion's just going to be knocked out the next turn. So he has to find something to move the Roaring Moon out of the way to get the win, because...
No, but you see, the thing is that even if he's able to do such a thing at this point in time, he already has a backup Roaring Moon, so he can retreat the Luminium, which we see right now. He will use Aqua Return, correct?
Yes.
To shuffle himself back into the deck. A very, very strong attack, by the way. This gets underutilized a little bit, but it puts JV in a single prize board state, right? So it will require 2 turns for Ernest to come back. And honestly, JV with only 4 prizes, left, I don't think there's a way for JV to actually come back here.
Yeah, it's looking rough. He's trying to get 4 prizes in the deck without much, bench stack in this game. It's gonna be rough because here's a bench stacker, and that's the Wellspring Ogerpon. But if he brings it out, it basically gives Ernest a free win.
Honestly, I don't know why. This is something which I have been telling a lot of players recently, right? Is sometimes less is more. Right, so he's discarding he's discarding his hand, he's burning through his resources unnecessarily, because the thing is that he knows that JV, whatever 2 prize Pokemon that JV benches is going to get knocked out, right? So he should just simply attack, right? Yeah. But anyways, small small little thing. I was nitpicking a little bit there, but congratulations to Ernest for winning that final match, and that gets him into the top 4. Well, stay tuned. We have the top 4 matches left, and we'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, welcome back to the top 4 matchup for the Rowell UBL here. We have Jefferson playing Gholdengo and Liang playing his Terapagos. Matchups that we saw earlier, except things, well, I don't think they played against each other yet.
Not yet, I believe, but we've seen Jefferson 2 times again. Probably he wants to get a win against Liang Terapagos, but obviously it's not a very easy trade because both players, I wouldn't say it's easy for either player to win. Maybe like a 50-50, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's quite close to 50-50, right? So Gholdengo is just trying to take consistent knockouts as we saw before, but it's going to be even harder to pull off, especially when we see that we got the Bufflons there. With the Bufflons there, it's minus 60 damage, so he needs to throw at least 2 more energies,
and that's a lot to ask for a Gholdengo.
Oh, we just saw the Professor's Research being utilized, discarding away some precious resources. I think we saw the Pidgey up there as well.
Pidgey was there, I think the Terapagos was there as well, but he needs to get the Fan Rhythm ASAP on the first turn because Fan Call only works on the first turn. If it's the second turn, it's just sitting down. There's nothing there for it to be.
A sitting fan, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, sitting fan.
But yeah, at this point, he got rid of a lot of resources, but he needed to do that. So we do see the Fan Call being used to pick up a Hoot, a Pidgey, as well as a Noctowl.
He uses the forfeit to get the Hoot, and not using the Fan Call to get the second Buffalon and the Pidgey, and the Noctowl ready for the next turn, hopefully to get something big.
Yeah, this Buffalon is a problem for the side of Jefferson, right? So Buffalon blocks 60 damage from all basic Pokemon, and the thing is that with 290, Jefferson needs a lot of energies. That's 6 energies, right?
6 energies, and now he uses the Coin bonus to get 2 cards. He gets the Arven, hopefully looking to get, I believe, if I was a Gholdengo right now, I want to get the Terapagos out of the way, because without Terapagos, Jewel Seeker's not going to work.
Yeah, but he needs 6 energies. He has 3 energies in hand. He needs to find, an Earthen Vessel here, maybe?
Earthen Vessel, perhaps, because Letter of Encouragement is not going to help you right now.
But the thing is that Earthen Vessel... So what are you going to do? Earthen Vessel...
He's going to get the Evolution, hopefully, to evolve.
No. I think he's trying to get rid of... Yeah, that's right. Get rid of the Earthen Vessel there. Just to find 2 energy cards, right? So then he needs to find 1 more energy. But he has a Nest Ball in hand. What's the Nest Ball going to find him?
Probably a Greninja, Side. Well, the Cider makes sense in this matchup because the Scissor will basically hit for ability 60 damage more for every ability on your opponent's side. Your opponent has every Pokemon in this deck has an ability.
No, he does. Okay, so you see right here, right? That was a misplay right there because he miscalculated.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough. Yeah, he forgot to count the Buffalon. So this is.
It's just not enough to take out the Terapagos. He needs probably
Yeah, he needed 1 more energy card there, so I think that was a misplay, a miscount from Jefferson's side. It's been a long day. I think there's a bit of a math error, a bit of a jolt in the brains, you could say. But now we do see Liang evolving his Noctowl into Noctowl. Uses Jewel Seeker to find a Feather Ball as well as a Area Zero Underdepths. So the Feather Ball, you can only find that Pidgeot EX. I believe he has a Rare Candy in hand, so it's going to be a Rare Candy Evolve. And yeah, now the Pidgeot's online. This is a problem because in Jefferson's hand, we saw the Prime Catcher.
That's right.
It could have just been a Prime Catcher, kill Pidgeot or Noctowl, and you would, and you wouldn't have this problem. Exactly. And guess what? To add insult to injury, Penny is used.
Penny, he just scooped up all the damage up for nothing, throwing that 4 energy away, which basically just goes to nothing right now. The Pidgeot with the free retreat, bringing back the Terapagos like it was nothing.
And guess what? Now there's damage on Jefferson's side of the board. It doesn't take a knockout, but it's significant amount of damage. If Liang decides to play his Duskull, it's a boom 2 prize, man.
And now what Jefferson needs to do is to get back those 4 energy to throw 6 again just to knock out the Terapagos. But the problem is, this deck normally only plays about 10 energy, so he's going to have to dig in a lot just to get anything. And you know what? The Letter of Encouragement just now, it's not going to work because there was no knockout the past turn.
Yeah, that's super whiffy, risky. It's just a whiff all around, man. That's all I can say. Do your math, guys. This is why you need to count how much damage you're doing. If not, you end up in super awkward situations like this.
Exactly.
And now he's got to use an Ultra Ball to get rid of 2 rigid bands. And now he has the Prime Catcher. And guess what, my friend? It's not a knockout as well. It's a miscount.
He gets the 6. He gets enough to knock out because there's a lot of Pokemon on the opponent's side, I believe.
No, I think that's a misplay. Yeah, that's once again you miscounting.
He has only 5, so he only hits for like 60. It's not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, so once again, guys, this is what we call a double misplay. And shows that Jefferson may need to do some basic math classes again. No shade thrown at him. I told this to him when I was recording this. So
it's a long day, top 4. The players are mentally tired. But the thing is, this is where you cannot afford to make any sort of misplay, because even if you lose in the earlier rounds, you can still come back to get a win. But top 4, if you lose, it's over.
Exactly. But hey, look, at least Jefferson gets to walk away with the Mew EX still, right? I mean, I honestly, okay, so I say this as if it's over.
With the 2-roll, denying all damage done by the Scizor in the past time, basically like it was nothing at all. And then with the Unified Beatdown taking out the Scizor, putting all the evolution in, now it's all gone for naught.
Yeah, it's looking really, really rough, I think, for the side of Jefferson. His resources are getting dwindled away. There's no way to find his second Gholdengo either. So he has 2 Gimme Goals, but no Gholdengo. So you do see
He manually retreats the Gholdengo, basically showing that, you know what, I have nothing in play. Please don't knock out my Gholdengo. Obviously, with Liang Jhun, with Pidgeot, he can easily pull up a boss.
Dude, he has a Duskull there, so all he needs is just a rare candy.
A rare candy, It's not looking good, for Jefferson right now, and he gets the Pal Pad and the rare candy, obviously, No,
I think he can only choose one, right? So he chooses the Pal Pad from the quick search.
That's right.
He uses the Pal Pad to pick up the 2-row as well as the penny.
So like if he does any more damage, he just scoops it up again. Once again, the more you throw, the more you get scooped up, and basically it's never ending.
He needs to get knockouts. That's what he needs.
And he uses the Prime Catcher with the Unified Beatdown to knock out the Gholdengo again. So what is Jefferson going to do right now? Because Liang Jhun already has 4 prizes and he still needs to take 6.
We do see a boss on the Buffalo, and it's just going to be a pass. We do see Flip the Script being used just now to be able to draw. Liang Jhun is so far ahead that he can just attach a double turbo energy onto the Buffalo for a manual retreat.
Just a free he could even use the Pidgey to get the penny to scoop it up, but you know what, the game's in his hand, and he just basically a show of force saying, I can win.
And yeah, so from there we do see a boss onto the Pheasantipity for knockout, but Jefferson does do a top deck for the Night Stretcher to bring the Pheasantipity back in to draw 3 more cards. We do see a Pokestop being used, so Area 0 under depths gets thrown away, and this bench, the Liang's bench has gone down to 5.
But obviously he wants to keep the Buffalon, because the Buffalon has been really putting in a lot of work today. The Afro Hair just blocking all of the energies being thrown away by the Gholdengo.
Actually, nothing can go through those Afros, man. Here we just see Earthen Vessel being used to pick up. So Arvin being used to find the Earthen Vessels, the rigid band, to find more energies. So we do see evolution onto that Palkia. But
it's still not enough to take out the Terapagos.
It's not gonna be enough, and he's just gonna pick that Terapagos back up. You did see the penny just now, but here we just see the scoop coming out from Jefferson, and there's no way for him to come back from there. All right, so we will just go straight into the finals. We see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, welcome back to the finals of the Rowell UBL. Here we have, once again, Gholdengo against Terapagos. But the key difference here is that this Gholdengo is using Energy Search Pro.
Energy Search Pro, so hopefully, I believe Edison knows how to figure out his math properly.
I'm pretty sure he does, as Alistair is our reigning champion for the Premier Ball League this season. So seeing him in the finals once again is always a pleasure here. I think the pleasure of deciding who is going first and who is going second. But this matchup with the Energy Search Pro is slightly different from what we saw just now, right?
That's right, because Energy Search Pro lets you get 1 energy of every color into your deck, so you can get from your deck to your hand. So you get 8 energies, assuming all the different energy colors are still in the deck.
Yep. Not only that, Alistair also plays the Togepi, right? The Togekiss.
So with the Togekiss, you get the was it the Wonder Kiss?
Wonder Kiss, yep.
So if you knock out opponent's Pokemon, you flip heads, you get one extra prize.
This actually fixes the matchup, the numbers pretty well, right? Because the thing is, Gholdengo is only good at hitting big numbers, right? So
you always want to do like 2-2 ideally.
Correct. So people are people put into Togepi to kind of fix that single prize matchup,
right? And
which works extremely well for this game specifically.
That's right. And now the full bench apart from the problem if with Manaphy in front, he's gonna have to manually attach to retreat the next turn. But obviously, it's okay for him. He's just setting up right now. And on the other hand, with Liang Jhun using the Parfait to get one Fan Rotom and the Duskull, and obviously using Fan Call to. Or is he going to know his deck first?
Yeah, I think he is just going to use the Fan Call.
Probably getting the Hoot and the Pidgeys, to prepare for the Pidgeot and the Noctowl the next turn, getting as many cards as he needs the following turn. Because looking at how his opponent is right now, perhaps, maybe he can survive one turn not being attacked. But
yeah, no, I think this play is really, really smart because the thing is that Liang Jhun also knows that he has got the Terapagos in his hand, right? So he's setting up. Oh, he's already benched Terapagos, and he's kind of challenging Alistair and saying, "Hey, look, if you don't have the Terapagos, if you're not able to knock on my Terapagos, I'm going to come for you."
That's right. But the problem is Liang Jhun only has one Buffalon. This Buffalon only works to get in a crowd. By itself, it does nothing.
Yeah, so we are going to see Alistair play the Irida. So Irida allows you to find one water-type Pokemon and one item card as well. It doesn't matter if it's a basic water Pokemon or a evolved Pokemon. So here we do see the Palkia V-Star being pulled out from the Irida. And more Gholdengos being set up right now. So coin bonus for 1, coin bonus for 2, coin bonus for 1 more. So there's 4 cards in his hand right now. Ultra Ball being utilized to discard away 2 energy cards. We do see the Togekiss coming out from the deck as well. This tells me that Alistair has the Rare Candy in his hand.
The Rare Candy, he has the Togekiss looking to get the Wonder Kiss knockout, hopefully.
It seems like that is exactly what he's going to go for. He does use the Pokestop to get rid of one Irida, 1 energy, as well as another Gholdengo. There's no other Gimme-Go on the bench, so getting rid of the Gholdengo there does not matter too much.
That's right.
But
he has the Super Energy Retrieval in the hand, so obviously he can get enough. But the problem is he just retreated the... he
just passed.
Because he just retreated the Manaphy, so he couldn't attack that turn.
That's true.
Which is a problem because it gives Liang Jhun enough time to prepare the second Buffalon, to prepare the Noctowl, the Pidgeot I can see over here. Pidgeot giving the Noctowl to get the Jewel Seeker. So, what is he going to do in this situation right now?
Yeah, look, I think it's fine as long as Liang Jhun is not able to get a knockout onto this Gholdengo, right? Because keep in mind, the max damage with the double turbo energy build, you're only able to do 220 damage, right? So there's not enough to kill the Gholdengo unless you're using Curse Bomb. If you're using Curse Bomb here, you're giving your opponent 1 prize, which will be significant in a while, but we do see the Prime Catcher being utilized on that.
Unified Beatdown, obviously to help him thin down his prize game, because if he can't knock out the Gholdengo, at least knock out the Greninja to deny him of more draw in the next turn.
Yeah, which I think is pretty smart right there. We do see the superior energy retrieval being used to get back 4 energy cards from his discard pile.
Comp bonus, drawing 2 more cards. The thing is, he still has 2 more Gholdengo to draw 2 more cards, 1 each.
Yeah, so I think he's already used that. So that means he had the Night Stretcher for the
Night Stretcher. The Greninjas come back like it was nothing, and now he has
5 energies. Is that enough? 250. That's not enough, no?
It's not enough. He needs to get 1 more.
6 energies. But Liang Jhun just let him take the attack back. What a nice guy.
Oh, what a sweet guy, man. He uses the counter catcher instead to knock out the Buffalon.
And there's a tail.
So
there's 1 prize.
Wonder Kiss not working yet, unfortunately, But both players are currently at a 1-1. So, it's still kind of equal on both sides.
Yeah, Wonder Kiss, I guess, not super wondrous when it's not working. Hey.
Yeah, I'm not. I like having the Togekiss on my bench to get extra prize. But if you have 3 tails, then what's the point of it being there in the first place? Pidgeot, retreating into the Terapagos. Obviously, he will want to get a Curse Blast to knock out the Gholdengo, but he chooses not to, looking for the Unified Beatdown, passing the turn back to Alistair. Right now, obviously, he needs to get 6. Oh, he gets the E-Search Pro. Looking at it, he gets 5 energy.
4.
5 in hand. And 5 is probably enough with what he has in hand to knock out the Terapagos.
Yeah, so we do see the fire energy in his hand as well. So that is going to be a make it rain of 6 energies, I believe.
And
which
he
is just enough.
uses the Lost Vacuum to throw out the Area 0 subspace. Underdepths. Underdepths. Sorry, the Japanese name is called subspace.
There we go. So we do see Liang once again very smartly leaving the 2 Bofalons onto his bench as well, but 6 energies gets rid of that Terapagos in the front. I believe that was the tails as well, so he just takes 2 prizes.
Once again, Togekiss still not doing any wonder kissing right now. No kiss for you.
No smoochums for you. So that is just gonna be, yeah, I mean, right now Alistair's in the lead, 3 to 5 prizes. I'm pretty sure Liang here can utilize the Dust Noir for the explosion onto that Gholdengo to take a knockout on there, and then add additional pressure from there on, right? So
he uses the Roxanne to thin down Alice's big hand down to 2, and while he gets, I believe, 6 cards?
6 cards.
6 cards, right. Because Alice is just not at the 3 prize point number, and now getting more cards for him to see, with the Nest Ball giving him a Terapagos, which gives him enough to get the, I believe he would like to get no Area 0 this time around?
No Area 0 indeed. He just takes a simple knockout with the Terapagos in the front end.
He gets Roxanne back by Edison. Who would imagine getting Roxanne to a Roxanne? What are the odds?
This has happened to me a little bit too often. So I feel how Liang I've been in Liang's position.
It's not nice.
It's not nice.
And the thing is, he Roxanne himself into a super energy retrieval, which gets him 4 energy, and he just needs 2 more to get. Oh, it looks like he whiffs. I guess he's trying to thin down the deck. Yeah,
so he whiffs the Earthen Vessel, but it doesn't matter because he has a superior energy retrieval, so he picks up the rest of the energies from his discard pile into his hand, and now he's going to be able to use Make It Rain for 6 energies.
6 energies.
For the knockout. Will he get a hit?
It's another tails again. What is Togekiss doing?
Togekiss is slacking off. That's what she's doing right now. That is a tails, 3rd tails in a row, so Liang survives to see yet another day. So right now they're just counting to make sure that this to see what resources Alistair has left. There are 3 superior energy retrievals in the discard pile, as well as I think all his energies in his discard pile.
About like 9 energies, which is almost the entire deck worth of energies. So obviously, if I was Liang Jhun right now, I would want to get rid of the Gholdengo, but the thing is, it's another Gholdengo on the bench, so maybe knocking out the Sensitivity would be a better choice to deny him of his draw engine.
Yeah, I think getting rid of the Sensitivity here is going to be the right call. Either that or getting rid of the Greninja, either or is fine. Sensitivity here.